Hi, this is Rodney Archer. I am the founder of Owning Everything. I was born in Syracuse, New York, back in the 60s. Actually, there were two people that were great influences on my life. One was a babysitter. His name was Mr. Walker. Matter of fact, Mr. Ulysses Walker. And he was 66 years old when I was 6 years old, and he was more like a father and a grandfather to me. But he certainly just taught me a lot about manhood, about responsibility, and I was really like a shadow, just on his heels, following him everywhere, and it was just a great relationship. The second person, of course, is my mom. I mean, she was just very instrumental, very supportive from the very beginning. Anything that I wanted to do, she was right there, and providing the different tools that I needed to just excel at it. And I remember something as simple as her even trying to teach me how to tie a tie. And so she was a single mother raising up a boy child, and I remember her being very frustrated with trying to do that. She would take me to the church, and I remember her telling a deacon about it. She took the tie, and he taught me basically how to tie it. And so those were really fond memories, and but it told me to basically set my sights early, and to get on the path that I wanted to get on, and that the support would be there. Yeah, my professional background, I mean, it consists of the School of Architecture, where I was at Auburn University, spending the 14 years in retail management, partly in Syracuse, New York, and then down in Charlotte, North Carolina, as well as entering into the insurance, financial service, and the lending industry for roughly about 8 years. It was in that time that I spent a lot of time with people, and really began to see just how people were responding, how they were feeling in the changing economic times. You can imagine from 2006 that there were stagnant wages, that people were trying to finance their own homes, and were falling short of those particular goals, and so it really just gave me I think a heartbeat for the people. Like most people, we get our education, we set out for our careers, and we have these ideas or ideals of what our life is going to be like, right? We're all asked the question when we're young, what are you going to be when you grow up? We grow up, and then it seems as though life just falls short some kind of way. And for me, it was trying to figure out, well, what is the truth? How is it that we can do all this activity and still fall short financially? And for me, I wanted to find the truth. Well, what is the truth? Because evidently what we're doing is not working. And so for me, it was getting into insurance, financial services, in the lending industry, and being introduced to some millionaires that have created some tools that really cut through the chase, that simplified this whole process for me. And I felt elated to know the truth. Well, one thing that started me down this path was actually back in 2010 with the home buyer tax credit for $8,000. There were probably about 100 people coming to the table, and I was only able to help less than 10 of those people. And so what that told me was that there was this big lack or gap of information that was available to the average person who worked hard every day and who desired to have a piece of the American dream, but did not have a means or a way by which to achieve it. And so what that told me was that there was a definite need for financial education in our community and in our nation. And of course, it goes without saying. I mean, we didn't have it in high school, we didn't have it in college, And irregardless of the degrees and the positions and the status that we've attained otherwise, this has been a major fault, I think, to the system, and it has had a crippling effect to the American people. As you can see, there was a list and a litany of items that really needed to be addressed, and I felt like there was nothing in the marketplace that was addressing all of those needs at the same time. So I was able to draw from my architecture background in terms of form following function, in terms of, okay, what should it look like? How should it address these many different issues? And how do I create a integrated solution to make it easy to the end user, but at the same time be comprehensive in its resolve? Being a good leader is one that earns respect and trust of others. And so it comes down to being consistent, being dependable, being loyal, being one who is trustworthy, one who follows through with their word. And so they sound basic, but to be honest with you, it doesn't happen every day. And so I think from my experience, it has just taught me to be true to myself and true to others. One phrase that I hope will be coined after me is that if you don't see it, that you're created. If you don't like it, you will change it. And I think that's one thing that I've learned in my self-development, is to command life, to make it be what I want it to be. And not just for me, but also for people to see that this life doesn't have to be this passive journey that we accept without any kind of control, but that we can turn it, and that we literally can control our destiny, we can control our futures, and that this life can be what we want it to be. What matters is that we really desire the same thing. We want time to enjoy our families, to enjoy our passions. We want enough resources to be able to enjoy it. And if we can do that for our lives, then guess what? That's what it's all about. As simple as it sounds and as simple as it seems. And so I'm walking it out, and my hope and desire is to be an inspiration for others to walk it out as well. And so I know that in seeing the lives change one by one, that, to be honest, I can't even imagine what all that will look like or feel like. I just know that that is what we desire to do, and I know that's what we will do.